Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good rest of your week in trading this week. We did have a pretty good week on our portfolio. Made some pretty good trades as well as far as pocketing money. So we're pleased with the week. Really good week. Did some catch up work on some of the markets as far as trying to surpass them and their gains. So we'll talk about that as we look at the video. Uh, but other than that, well, let's take a look. And we did make a little, almost a day trade this end of the week there. Actually, my daughter was coming into town, so we were at the airport and had dropped my wife off out at the airport to meet her at the luggage claim while I circled around the airport. And I was kind of watching the stock market while I was circling. Probably shouldn't do that, but noticed there was a couple of stocks that were dipping pretty good, so bought in on some NVAX and also bought in on some Tesla while I was driving around the airport. And so I was kind of pleased with how that went Thursday and Friday, and we'll talk about that. I was almost a day trader, not quite. It took me a couple of days, but a pretty good little turnaround for 2 days. So we'll talk about that as we look at the portfolio. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at that portfolio. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. I appreciate that. There's about 80% that watch the videos, 85 that watch the videos, and they're not subscribed. I'm glad you're watching. Appreciate that. But if you would please just click that subscribe button and that like button if you like the videos. All right, thanks. Let's jump in and take a look at the portfolio. And this is the portfolio that we've been working off of. We've got some on here that we don't actually own. We kind of trade in and out of some of these. Some of them I take off the list when we trade out of them just to keep it manageable. But some of them I like to leave on there just to keep an eye on them. You'll see a new one added back on. It may have been on the last video. I'm not sure. But Tesla's right there at the top. That is one of the ones we did day trade Thursday and Friday. Bought that Tesla twice while I was circling around the airport. Bought it for $689.82, and then I bought it for it kept dropping, and so I bought some more for $679.75. So I was wondering if I had made a good move there, but it was falling pretty rapid there. But we'll show you the chart here. Let's pull up the 5-day chart. As you can see, Thursday we were there right at the market open. This is what was happening to me. When I bought, and it just kept dropping. So as you can see here, this is, let's see, I bought it at $689. So I actually bought it up here, about right there. And then it kept dropping all the way down. And I bought in about right here somewhere, up a little bit higher than that. It did actually go down even further. So I could have actually, if I, had a little bit more nerve or a little bit more money to spare, I could have bought some more. But we didn't do it. We just thought, well, let's just see what we can do. And if it drops some more on Friday, we could add to it and keep building a nice position. So, but you can see here what happened on Friday. The market opened up and Tesla shot up, and as you can see, it got all the way up here to I think the high Friday was 715.47. I actually sold out at 705 even 705. So when it got up to right in here is where I sold, about right there. So nice little trade, nice little quick trade. I made almost 3%, 2.95% on that in just one day. So I had that in both IRAs, so that's pretty good. I had bought two shares, two different lots of shares, so in each account. So had a decent size holding there, and so we went ahead and cashed that 3%. That's CD money in a day. And so that's kind of the way I look at it. If you can get 3%, that's what a CD might pay. I don't even think they're paying that, but so that was a nice quick trade for us. So we like Tesla. Let me see what kind of levels we're looking at these days. Yeah, so this level here, somewhere in this area here, it's not a bad area. The 636 looks like 630 range, 618. I mean, if you can get it all the way down there, it's great. But I mean, even the 662. I mean, but if you can get it around 630, that's a nice spot. And then all the way down to this is a really good spot if you can get around 610. But I'm not afraid to buy that one because I trust in Elon Musk, and I think this thing's going back up here to, I think the year high is 900. So I don't have any doubts that this one's going to end up in the green before it's over with. I did want to show you one more thing though. Um, watch it close tomorrow on Tesla because they got some articles. I checked here. Tesla Berlin Gigafactory to be delayed another 6 months. So we're liable to have a little drop on Tesla tomorrow. So watch for it tomorrow. Might be a good opportunity to actually snatch some shares up. Now, just be careful; it could fall, dramatically. You never know. So I'd always wait and see if I can see a good bottom, especially when there's news that we know that might be affecting it. So always going to wait and see if once that news settles and then where it ends up. Okay. MSTR, that's MicroStrategies. They are a big Bitcoin holder, and their earnings went okay. I think they actually beat their earnings, and they did okay. But we're still holding that one. I think we're doing pretty good on that. I think we're only down maybe 2 or 3%, if that. So we're holding on to that. Got a really good size stake in that one. Probably too big, but we're holding on to that one. Let's take a look at that chart. See what it did over a week's time here. There's the 1 week chart. You do see a little bit of a gain for the week. That's not bad. It did have some high points here, even higher. But yeah, Thursday was the earning. So the MicroStrategies, we're going to hang on to that for a while. Bitcoin is actually looks like it's kind of starting to trend up a little bit. So got all the confidence in the world that this one's going to follow. As long as the NASDAQ does good too, it seems like it kind of relies on both. So we're just kind of watching that one for a while. Next on the list is U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel up 0.5%. They did have earnings this week. I think they did okay on their earnings. Profitable, but they missed on some revenue numbers. Let's take a look at their chart for the week. So they did have a little bit of a drawdown this past week. $20 range for this one is kind of what I'm looking for, somewhere close to 20. If it gets there, I'll probably buy some of that. But right now, just kind of watching it. Hut MF is a Bitcoin miner. It was having a pretty good day Friday. You'll see here it was up pretty good, and then right at the end of the day, it sold off. So people taking their money. Let's take a look at that 5-day chart on it. By the way it reacted, I would say it probably was up a little bit, possibly. Let's take a look. Yeah, so for the week, you would have been up pretty good right here, right at the 614 mark. And you see the last time it hit that area way over here, did the same thing. It dropped down. So I don't like the way that one's acting, be honest with you, but it can go in a big hurry. Let's see what the volume is. The volume is about normal, so nothing crazy going on there, I don't think. Let's take a look at that. Let's just go back about a month and take a look. Yeah, it's got a downward trend here, 6 month. You're up for a 6 month period, but the trend for the 6 months, 1 month, definitely down. So that one's not acting like we want it to, for sure. We're going to hang on to that one. I actually added to that one not too long ago, and I'm okay with that. I think we'll be okay. All right, NVAX. Now, NVAX is my other little day trade I did the other day. If you recall, I had sold out in the IRA, still holding some in the cash account, but it dipped also Friday. So I actually bought NVAX one time at let's see here. I bought it at $234.99 on that Thursday. As I was circling around the airport, $234.99. Let me pull that chart up here, so you can see it would have been right here, somewhere right in here. Yeah, right in this dip here. So I bought it and held on to it till Friday, and then Friday got a good little pop in the morning, and I actually sold that. Bought it for $234.99. Sold it for $249. So $15 difference in just a day. So very nice trade there. Actually made 6% on that in the 1 day period, and that's my goal for the year. on anything I buy. So thrilled to death that I was able to do that. Now, just bought it in both IRAs. Like a normal lot. When I buy, I go in and buy so much per time that I purchase something, and I just bought my normal one time in case it was to drop because I was ready to build a position on this one again since I was all the way out of it. And so what I'm looking at on this one now is, and I almost got it Friday, but I didn't. I was trying to buy back in at 235, and you can see where it got to 235.11. So I missed it just by a hair at 235. But 235 is where it looks like a good spot. That's what it said 234.99, but I guess I probably had a 235 limit order on that, and I got it for a penny better. But Thursday, so 235, I like that level. There is some news coming around this corner, and I don't know why it hadn't shown up yet, but it's coming, and it's going to be good news, I believe. And it's a good stock. I was looking at the chart. Let's go ahead and pull that. Let's go ahead and pull that 1 month chart up. Take a look at that. You see that is a nice trend right there, for sure. And if you look at the 6 month chart, you can see this is our level here. Hit these levels here, 237. Then other day we hit the 262, and we still got a nice upward trend all the way. Even if you start way back here, you're way down here at 82, and it's trending all the way up to 230 something. And that's just 6 months. So a 1 month chart still looks pretty good as far as the gain goes. You look at that 185 all the way up to 236. So this has been a good one. I trust it. I think they're going to, the news is we're waiting on approvals and things like that and some more data from US. And so thrilled to death. I got that little day trade. I'm going to do that too. If I can make it that quick, I'm going to take that 6% all day long if I can turn it around in a day's time. Just have to. That's just part of my strategy. And, I'll buy at 235, and that's a spot I like to buy at. I mean, if you buy and it goes down, and you can get it at 225, then cost average a little bit, and I would love to be able to build up a good position size before this thing does pop. I just really think it's going to pop, so I'd like to have a lot more shares than I bought Friday and traded Thursday and traded Friday. So, but it's not going to hurt my feelings if it goes down, even though I'm holding it in cash, and it's going to hurt my cash account. It's just going to be a temporary thing. Who knows if it pops again? I may cash out of my cash account. I was just trying to hang on to those in case it kept running, but I have no doubts that when that news comes out, this thing's probably going to do good. Of course, that's not any kind of financial advice. I've been wrong before, so don't take that to the bank, and do your own due diligence. And but I really have a lot of confidence in them. You couldn't be wrong. It's happened before, especially even with that one. SPCE, that's our Virgin Galactic, down 1%, and not real happy with this one either. I think they had some today, and I saw this tonight. Virgin Galactic delays quarterly results after regulators' guidance for SPACs. Did not like that. It was 2 days ago. So, but anyway, I don't like what's going on there. I don't like what's going on there, but we're in it, and we're in it pretty decent. So we're going to just have to hold it for a while, see how it goes. My TLRA's, it was down a little bit. Let's take a look at that TLRA 5-day chart. You do have a little bit of a trend going up here, so that's good to see. And I did see some shareholders approve Afria merger, creates world's biggest cannabis company by revenue. So as far as revenues goes, the world's largest company. So, and I know back when Tesla was not Tesla, Tilray. Tilray, their float is rather small, so I'm not sure how that works now. But the float was pretty small when it was Tilray. But it's a good stock to hold. I mean, they merged with this other company and actually kept the Tilray name, so that's a good thing. So they must like that brand, and I'm just gonna hold it now. I bought in, like I said, it was at the very top. You can see the 52-week high is 67. I bought it at 66. So that's what you call chasing it and chasing it about as bad as you can chase. But I'll hold it for a few years. Cost average if I get confident in it. But like I said, last time I bought it, was like I think I was 185 and 155, and I cost averaged it as it came down, and ended up making pretty good money. It's one of our higher money makers for the year, across both the IRAs and the cash accounts, I think. So, but we're holding the losers now, so that's just something you do sometimes when you make the mistake. And those are lessons learned that evidently I haven't learned it enough, because we did it again. And it's hard not to do that sometimes. It's emotion that gets in the way, and you don't want to be getting controlled by emotions when you're trading, like what happened to me on that. So, but it happens, and don't get discouraged. You just ride it out sometimes, and the very minimum is learn from the mistake, and sometimes it takes more than once. So, okay, Nikola. That's a electric car truck company. It's let's take a look at the 5-day chart. See, it's pretty flat for the week. Nothing major going on there. Did have some pretty decent run up there, and then sold it off towards the end of the week. So really think it's going to take some good solid news here. A lot of this propaganda, I call it sometimes, will make it pop for a day, but unless you're doing something very productive, a lot of times those are just fizzle out. But anyway, that's something we're just going to have to keep hold of and hang on to it. And we've got a good stake in it, so we're going to hang on to it for several years if we need to. All right, so that's kind of where we're at on our portfolio. Again, a very good week for the portfolio. A very good week for trading stocks, pocketing money. So that's all you can ask for. We've actually hit some pretty good levels on the portfolios as well. So I'm pleased with that. That can change in a week. We are sitting at a pretty good cash level of 57.8% cash. So I've got a good size cash level waiting, if some kind of dip comes across. Something like Tesla dropping tomorrow. If it drops on that news, that's going to be something I'll be having a good close eye on. As far as the levels, the Dow is now year to date 10.68% up. S&P is up 11.32%, and the Nasdaq is now up 0.34% for the year, and we are now beating all three again. So just barely beating one of them, but we are beating them. So that's what I look for. That's one of the things I track throughout the year. I want to be able to beat the markets, because if you're not, you might as well put your money into a index fund of some sort. Nothing wrong with that, but this is something I enjoy doing. So it's not something I want to stop doing. But over the years, if you go back and look at some of the funds and things like SPY and things like that, if you put your money in that, if you just cost average your money in that, you'd do good over the years. The problem with that is if you're putting all your money in, weekly or whatever, all your spare money, then then you're going to be all in the market. Of course, if you're young, that's fine. That's fine. You can afford to do that, because if the market drops 50%, you got 20 more years for it to come back, and it always does. So you're okay. But somebody like me, I like to have money out of the market, at times, because I got to have, for one thing, a certain amount of money to live on, and then I also want to have some ready to go when it does dip. So that's kind of my goal. So, and if you just set it there on the sideline and never did invest it, that'd be a bad idea, because you want your money working. So my money's working, but it just works and it comes back to the sideline. That's what I do. I trade and I get out. I trade and I get out. Now I don't day trade. That was about as close as a day trade I get. I had this past week, but uh, I've got a certain 6% that if I see it get close to that 6% or makes that 6%, it don't even have to make 6. Like we said, we almost made 3% on Tesla in 2 days, so I took it. So you got to have a strategy. You got to have some kind of thing that you're doing as far as your goals and things like that. It's all important. And I've got two videos on that. Go look them up on strategies, and I may make another one here pretty soon because it's been a little while. So, but have a game plan. That's one of the main things is have a game plan and stick to it as best you can. But you also have to be flexible, and I talk about that in strategy videos as well. So. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate those that have subscribed lately. I've seen several of us new ones. I appreciate that. Go ahead and again, if you haven't not subscribed, please subscribe and click the like button if you like the videos. And we'll check back in with you later on in the week, probably around Wednesday or so, and we'll see where we're at on Wednesday. Okay. Watch Tesla tomorrow, real close, and it might be an opportunity. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a great week of trading. Thanks.